Great. So let me move to my next topic is about free apps basically. So how do free apps basically earn money? So we all have used free apps into picture, video editing, gaming, and a lot of other domains. So as everyone knows that an app doesn't come out of the air, it requires time, effort, money to create it, and that increases with the complexity of the app. And even to reach out to a lot of users, we need a really good budget to market the same. So I would like to start with Bhagyashree that how do generally these apps which are like free in the market, what is generally the business model?
In my opinion, what I have seen or witnessed is these days, if you have heard of freemium, which is basically like free plus premium, so that is called freemium. So again, in freemium, if we break it up, there are three things. One which works on the basis of the capacity of the capacity of the app, and the other one is on the size of the app, and the other one is on the features or the longevity of the app, which means validity of the app, right? So freemium is one thing that has been working and working wonders for apps which are for free. I mean, the lead magnet here itself is give your app to the customer to use for free for some time. If I have to take an example here for the capacity, we can talk about Dropbox, which is going to give you 2 GB of free space to store your data. But once you're done with the 2 GB of space, you need to pay. If you want more space, then you will pay. So there is something about capacity, right? The other one is the best example here would be Netflix. If you want higher quality of experience in terms of the screen experience quality, high definition of the screen, then you're going to pay this much, right? And if you want to compromise on this quality, then you're going to pay less. So that is another. But however, this design is not from the beginning. Netflix is going to give you the experience for free, because the strategy here is to make the customer stick to your product, experience and explore the features and the usage and what is the benefit that a customer is going to get from your product. So once a customer gets addicted, then you will have your other strategies in place, which basically will be asking the customer to pay and maybe buy a subscription or buy a product for this for a certain amount or certain validity. And these are the kind of premium features in freemium concept, especially for free apps. And the another thing, which is another way of free apps making money, is all this while what I spoke about could be for apps which do not have a lot of user base, which do not have millions of user base, right? But something which already has user base, for example YouTube as an app, then YouTube will start making money by selling it as an ad space, right? So some other businesses can start selling on YouTube because it has a lot of user base, and it will also give you the data of what kind of users are coming in, so that a particular company or maybe app wants to sell his app on this app, then you will also get the details of whether YouTube is going to be the right ad space for me. So YouTube is going to make money from two different companies or two different users here. One, it's going to sell its space, and the other one is it's going to give experience to the entire world, also with different subscription here on a different features, right? And another thing is even Spotify is one more example here. So there are two people on Spotify. One is going to just listen to the music, and the other one is going to make money or maybe bring develop his brand reputation of himself, who are basically using podcast, right? People who use podcast here, even everything is free on Spotify, but at certain time or after some time, it's going to charge you, and it will make sure by then you have already explored the features, you have already experienced the app, and you know that particular features are going to help you either to gain knowledge or keep yourself entertained, or maybe for very basic like your health or your food, all these kind of things. So this is one strategy that has been working wonders for the free apps. So that is something I'm very much impressed. These kind of strategies that Netflix has come up with, Prime has come up with, and Spotify has done it, and Dropbox has done it. Though the pattern is similar, however, the way they have built their strategies, taking a particular feature in use is different. For example, you know giving space for free is from Dropbox, which is a feature, and giving particular screen quality for Netflix is a feature. So they are picking up the features of their product and selling it to the customer, and making the customer stick to it for some time for free, and then make money in gradually, not in initially but gradually. So that is something which we need to understand and learn more, and have built different out of box strategies to come up with. These are really very impressive ones.
Yes. So Deeksha, your opinion on like how these premium model, how does it work basically for these apps?
So, Nikhil, first of all, I'd like to like add to what Bhagyashree just said. There are particular other models as well, which apps are making money from, and then I'll come back to your question again. So, there are certain models like freemium, which is quite like very well known these days. But apart from that, there are certain other models like referral marketing. Now, this is something which is similar to what we know very well is affiliate marketing, as well as there are certain like promotional offers that companies offer these days, which is like if you download any app, you can refer it to a friend, and as many people you refer to, it actually helps you to gain some benefit out of it. So you can get a discount on discount coupon or something, and at the same time the company is acquiring customers through this model, right? Immediately, like there are certain other things that free apps can actually gain advantage from, like subscriptions. Like very well known is recently there are multiple apps that are doing so, but very well known ones are YouTube. If you do not want to see any advertising, then you can actually take subscription from them, right? And similarly, Spotify has done. If you want to ad free music that you want to listen, then in that case, even Ghana.com, they have done something similar. So if you do not want to listen to any advertising, then you can actually take their subscriptions. Subscription model is also being used by various other apps like Netflix, like Amazon Prime, your Hotstar. They are all using this kind of model. Apart from that, there are in-app purchases. So there are certain purchases, like whenever you download an app, then in order to use that further, you might have to make a purchase, and that is very easy way to do for it. But that is another point that many of the customers drop at that point. There are a lot of uninstalls that happen whenever you offer an in-app purchase. But apps usually do this very important thing. Like they gather the number of customers, they create a collective user base for them. They collect their data, and they can sell their data. So that is basically collection and selling the data of customers. And it sells in billions of dollars. So because this customer base, this customer details are actually something that people are really looking out for marketing. So the company, there are n number of companies that are ready to buy just that data. So if you have a good customer base, like Just Dial just like sometime back sold some of their data, and they earn millions of dollars out of it, and they have again put it into their business to increase and expand more. So this is what happens. Then apart from that, like coming back to your question, for the freemium apps, so what happens is it gives you a user experience, so a customer now knows how your app actually works. They are well acquainted with your app, and they know the kind of features that you're having. it is very easy for me to upsell. So you being my client, if you are my client, you know how I work. Immediately, you know my working patterns and the kind of deliverables I'm ready to or I can give you, right? So in that case, you would know that, and it'll be easier for me to upsell anything to you, right? If you're taking any services from me, I can sell you SEO, I can sell you PPC, I can sell you SEM, right? So this is the model that free apps are actually using these days, because they get the customers acquainted with their apps first and get them use it very frequently. When they see that the average duration of those apps are increasing, they immediately try to upsell through providing some certain very featured, beautiful features. So for example, in graphic designing, we use good apps like Canva, which is quite famous these days. Again, they have their freemium model, which you can use, which you can additionally add features to your app, and it can help you for the photo editing or creating new pictures. And something similar is also done by Sony Live app, Hotstar and Disney Plus. They have provided some videos and some movies for free, and you can actually, if you want to see some premium version movies, you have to take those subscriptions and all. So that is basically a subscription model, right?
That's great. And I would like to make my the viewers also aware that the amount it app is already funded and it comes into existence. It helps it because all these free things that are offered at the back end, you have employees and all the marketing expense. So it helps in covering that. So definitely, it is a step-by-step process. But if you have a funding initially, it definitely helps because then you are more competitive. You can be out there in the market offering the free discounts and obviously also the marketing efforts so that the people use your app in the first place. Great. So,
One thing
I,
I want to add here on what Deeksha spoke on Canva. It just reminded me of my experience here. Canva has understood the user really well, and the reason I say this is because if we want to use Canva just for some random post that I'm going to design some post, then there is no cost at all, right? You can upload the logo, you can upload the picture, you can upload the copy, and you just assemble everything in a very nice appealing way, and there's a post ready, which means you are not doing anything for your profession, or there's no serious work in it, there's no consistent of work, or there is no load of work in it. But Canva is going to charge us only when you want to upload the logo file, you want to upload the font of the logo. So basically, if you want to upload your brand book, then it's going to give you a pop-up saying you need to be paying this much, and whatever pop-up usually it is there. So this is based on the consumer psychology. So when do we want to upload these very important things like brand book? Only when I am working on a particular brand, right? So if you're working on a brand, which means you're working, it's a profession, there's some serious work going into Canva. So that is when it's going to show you a pop-up that you need to pay. Otherwise, it's not going to ask you. So what I wanted to try to tell here is that just observe this strategy how Canva has come up with. If you want to just do it for learning purpose, then you are doing it for free. If you want to receive some profit out of it, then Canva is also expecting to receive profit before you receive profit out of your creative. So that is how Canva has designed its product model or business model, especially here. So there's some I just wanted to tell you because I experienced this
that's it.
very recently.
Because it's being used for commercial, they immediately
Yes.
identify that you're using it commercially, and then it's like you should be paying for it if you are doing that. Like, and all the major softwares into design, wherever they identify that it is being used commercially, they would like to earn out of it, obviously, because they are providing that software.